In the past, I used to be a really big Plants vs. Zombies fan. Let's trace back to what I first liked about Plants vs. Zombies. There's They Hate Ray, and that's Ninja right there, having a chat there. And we have Maple Ox in the corner, writing me up a new signature, very good. About a decade ago, or somewhere along that timeline, I used to play Plants vs. Zombies 2. Yes, the app game on my phone. And I'm just going to say this right here. Out of all Plants vs. Zombies app games, that is still the best, in my opinion, by a long shot.
Subscribe to JBdrag motocrossboss for millions of IQ. Also be sure to join my Discord server, JB's Palace.
This video was recorded months ago, therefore some things said in this video are going to be outdated. The structure of the game is completely fun. It basically has a thing where it has like a bunch of levels in each like different zone, and you like time travel and you get different areas that you can play in, like Wild West, Ancient Egypt. You could go to the beach. You could go to the Jurassic times. There are a bunch of plants and zombie types, and it is also a refurnished version of the original Plants vs. Zombies app game. The one that kicked off the whole Plants vs. Zombies franchise. And I'm actually not going to know this exactly because I was too young to remember specific things because my brain wasn't as developed as it is now. But it was either in 2016 or 2017. I'm pretty sure it was 2016. I saw a Plants vs. Zombies game. I actually forget the scenario. Maybe I was in Best Buy or something. I don't even know. But I was somewhere and I saw that game and I wanted to buy it for the Xbox 360 that I had. I saw that it said Plants vs. Zombies, so I'm like, I like Plants vs. Zombies, so I want to try this out. You know, a very good marketing technique is that if you happen to sell something that appeals to younger children, then it will do well, because the younger children will have a strong desire for that thing, and they'll ask their parents to buy that for them, or they'll use their own earned money. Actually, this does go for every age group. But I do feel like that it could be stronger if a child desires a certain thing. And of course, I can be wrong, but I feel like whenever a child sees something that is related to something they know that they like, they want to get it. I mean, that's at least the way I was, and that's how I got Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare. And who knows, I think adults might even be like this as well. I feel like they probably are like this. So with saying that, I feel like this applies for everybody. So I basically tried out the game at home once I got it, and I didn't expect it to be what it was, but I grew really attached to it. It's basically a Call of Duty type game of where you're playing as a plant or a zombie, and it's basically a third-person shooter. Now, the funny thing is that I actually don't really like playing shooter type games. I hardly ever play that. Sometimes I will. Once in a grand while I will like to play a bunch of rounds of a shooter game. But usually, well, at least in modern JBdrag Motocross Boss, I like to play calm games. I didn't know if you guys could tell. Like calm sandbox games is my forte these days. I did actually play Call of Duty Black Ops 3. And I did play it for quite a bit, but not really too much. But I played Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare, and there's even a Garden Warfare 2 that came out, and I played them both a lot. I got Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2 simply because I got a new console, and also I noticed that there was Garden Warfare 2, so I got that. In fact, I think one of the major reasons why I got a better Xbox was to play Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2. Like I said earlier in this video, my brain was less developed, so I don't remember everything to detail from back then. So I'm not entirely sure. There are many things that are about Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 1 and 2 that I like. Garden Warfare 1 basically had a bunch of multiplayer games where Plants vs. Zombies could go against each other, like just different themed games, like a Capture the Zone, which is from Call of Duty, a game where one side, well, actually in Garden Warfare 1, the game only set it up so that the zombies attack the plants, and the plants always defended, because that's how old Plants vs. Zombies app game was always like. So Garden Warfare 1 was more of a setup of plants defending. But basically there's a multiplayer game where the plants defended like different gardens, and the zombies would try to take them over. And there is even a version where there is no player zombies, but basically it's called Garden Ops. I'm pretty sure this probably is also from Call of Duty as well, of where the plants defend a garden for a certain amount of waves against zombies. In Garden Warfare 2, this all expanded to have the zombies attack to have the plants attack and the zombies defend sometimes. Garden Warfare 2 also has an additional backyard battleground, which is a hub that you can even sit in when you don't have internet. Actually, no, that's incorrect. You could even sit in when you don't have Xbox Live. Well, it's called Xbox Gold membership, or it might even just be called Game Pass by now. But regardless, you need to buy a membership for Xbox to access the online services that it provides. So you could even play Garden Warfare 2 when you don't have that. You couldn't play Garden Warfare 1 if you didn't have that, because there is no hub area called the Backyard Battleground. There are certain things that I like more about Garden Warfare 2 than Garden Warfare 1, and of course vice versa, but more things I like about Garden Warfare 2 better than Garden Warfare 1. Garden Warfare 1, I liked that there was a variety of potted plants that you could plant for the garden ops. You could plant not only a normal pea shooter, but a repeater. You could also plant a fire pea shooter, an ice pea shooter. It was interesting, very interesting. Now, unfortunately, some of these cool potted plants were taken away, and it was reduced to only a pea shooter and a pea gatling. Of course, there's new potted plants added, like the lightning rod. So I don't know why Garden Warfare 2 had to do that to Garden Warfare 1. There was a lot more maps that felt more like a nice classic neighborhood in Garden Warfare 1, but in Garden Warfare 2, that kind of gotten taken away. In fact, actually, it has the time travel theme, and I think there's a common concept going on here. Plants vs. Zombies 1, the original app game, was just the normal backyard, but in Plants vs. Zombies 2, the app game was time travel. So it's kind of the same for Garden Warfare 1 and Garden Warfare 2. But I do have to say, I wish there was a lot more just simpler maps, because I really love the simpler maps rather than the time travel maps. Whereas vice versa, for normal Plants vs. Zombies app game and Plants vs. Zombies 2 app game, I prefer the time travel better. The most important thing about these games is that there's a bunch of variants of each character. So in Garden Warfare 1, there's 4 types of plants you can play as. There's also boss mode, but I'm not going to get into boss mode. That's just like a different thing. But there's 4 plants you can play as and 4 zombies you can play as, and different variants that you can unlock you buying sticker packs. In Garden Warfare 2, that expanded, and there is even a couple additional characters. So yeah, more variants added to each character and some additional characters. So then it switched to 7 zombies, 7 plants, and then with DLCs or completing a certain part of the game, which in Garden Warfare 2, there's this whole entire thing with the time trials thing, with the gnomes, and I find that very, very cool. It's like a whole different dimension all within Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2. But anyways, there is an 8th character for each side, but they don't have variants, but it's alright, it's just a different type of character. A big thing I love about Garden Warfare 2, I should say, is that you could actually level up your characters. You can't do that in Garden Warfare 1. So that is why I pretty much prefer Garden Warfare 2 over Garden Warfare 1 any day, because you can actually level up your characters. In Garden Warfare 1, you could level up, but the leveling up system was more simplified, and you just leveled up the entire class rather instead. But in Garden Warfare 2, you get to level up the specific characters, which I enjoy better. But just from the simple concept of being able to level up, and since that was still in Garden Warfare 1 wasn't that much worse than Garden Warfare 2. And then, what I was going to say about the Backyard Battleground for Garden Warfare 2 is that in the back, there is a section where you can see all your characters, and when you level them up, there is also like a little just like badge or just like a different look indicating what you've leveled up your character to. I went the wrong way in Lumber Tycoon 2 here. Now, Plants vs. Zombies, or at least the part of it that had the Garden Warfare concept, got completely ruined, in my opinion, and in lots of people's opinions. So yes, a lot of people agree with me on this. And it is also a big reason why pretty much Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare concept basically has pretty much just been discontinued. Well, I don't know if there is actually an official statement with that, but many people say that they think that the Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare side of Plants vs. Zombies has just really just been gone. It's just not coming back, and that's really sad. because I would love to see Garden Warfare 3. When I say Garden Warfare 3, I say I want a new Plants vs. Zombies game with variants to the characters, because in Battle for Neighborville, yes, Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville, they had to change the name. There are more characters. I think there's like 10 or 11 for each side. I'm not entirely sure. I don't care if I'm correct with that, because honestly, I don't give a crap about that trashy game. But there are no variants. The simple fact of there being no different variants that you can collect caused me to just basically hate the game. Another thing is that there is no sticker packs with the sticker shop. I always loved in Garden Warfare 1 and Garden Warfare 2, you could go to the sticker shop and you could buy some sticker packs, and just the concept of, ooh, I got a bunch of potted plants, or ooh, I got a bunch of weeds, or zombie bots or something for whenever I play Gardens and Graveyards, or whenever I play, well, technically it was called Turf Takeover, or whenever I play Garden Ops or Graveyard Ops, whatever. But no, that's all taken away. You get unlimited potted plants and weeds and zombies and zombie bots. It's just they have timers. That's the other factor that completely just got me like, I hate this game. It was a big waste of money too, in my opinion, as well. It's probably the most amount of, it's probably my biggest waste of money in my entire life. I know that might sound slightly extreme, but I am dead serious on this. It is still a little fun. I did like playing there's a game mode that I did like playing. It's called, I forget what it's called, but like you go into an arena and you like battle like a different team. Like it's like a 4v4. I like that. Winston, the all-star zombie, was in there. In fact, actually, I think I actually changed my YouTube channel PFP to Winston for a very short period of time. I do not know why. Actually, that's why my name is Drag All-Star Boss, because I was just into just all-stars at the time, I guess you could say. But it just died quickly. Like, I am not happy about it for Neighborville. I also do like the story mode of where you can do a bunch of quests. That's really cool. But overall, no, that game is just absolutely terrible. It does not feel classic. It's terrible. So many people agree with me on that, and that is a big reason why you don't see Garden Warfare 3 or a different Battle for Neighborville or anything like that just yet. And it's been many years. We're overdue. We're overdue. It has officially reached about a decade since Garden Warfare 1 came out. It has been 8 years since Garden Warfare 2 came out. Garden Warfare 2 came out in 2016. And then Battle for Neighborville came out in September or October of 2019. That's 5 years ago. That's still half a decade ago. So what, you get one game, then 2 years later, another game, then 3 years later, another game, and now it's been 5 years. I don't think that the Garden Warfare concept of Plants vs. Zombies is really recovering. I think Plants vs. Zombies is actually focusing a lot more on their app games, which is just, in my opinion, a downgrade. I personally think that they should stick to the Garden Warfare concepts. It's extremely sad to see that this is the reality of what happened. I am forever going to miss the Garden Warfare concept, and sometimes I feel like playing that again. I did get Garden Warfare 2 on my PC, and I did make a couple videos on this channel about it, and did stream a bunch of Garden Warfare 2, but let's face it, I can't really play that anymore. I mean, I did play it for quite a bit from a new account, because I didn't play for years prior. But since I played it last year, and I didn't even play it too much last year, at least compared to how much I played half a decade ago and even before then. But let's just be honest here, I really cannot be playing the same game, Garden Warfare 2, over and over again. I really just cannot be anymore. I need to face it. I'm into Minecraft and Roblox, Lumber Tycoon 2 type games. Those are my two biggest things right now. And unfortunately, I think it's just going to stay like this forever. It's very sad, but it's what happened.